Hi, my name is Jeremy DeGrasse. I'm the co-founder of Drifter Stays Vacation Rental Management. At Drifter Stays, we help investors and homeowners turn their assets into professionally managed, stress-free, high-yield investments. So in short, we help you turn your vacation rental property, which can feel like a business at sometimes, into something that you don't have to worry about while also putting more money in your pocket. So at Drifter Stays, we actually have two clients. We have homeowners and we have guests. So our business is double-faceted. For the guests, it's basically hospitality. So we're in the memory business. So our focus is making sure guests, when they go on vacation, that the last thing we want them to go home with is complaining about their accommodations. They're there to relax and enjoy themselves, and we don't want to be the weak link in that chain. And for our homeowners, we understand that this may be one of the largest investments that they've ever made. So we take great pride in caring for that investment and turning that into a return on their investment. Everybody seems to know about Airbnb. Everybody understands vacation rentals. What I find that most of the public and even people in the real estate investment space don't understand what it takes, what goes into a successful short-term rental, a successful vacation rental. There's a lot of work, a lot of planning, a lot of things that go on behind the scene to make your property stand out and make sure that it's a successful investment. The days of just throwing your listing up on Airbnb, taking some cell phone pics, pre-COVID doesn't exist anymore. Things have changed, things are very competitive now. And because of that, we put a lot of time and effort into making sure your property stands out. So something that this audience probably doesn't know about me is I was an amateur motorcycle racer for nearly 20 years of my life. Started in my early 20s, and I used to road race, and then I got into a different form of racing called supermoto. A friend and I actually ran our own track and our own series, and then of course as an entrepreneur does, I turned that part of that into a business and started my own business importing gear from overseas and selling gear and things to motorcycle racers. So it was a fun niche and a big part of my life for a long time. What really motivates me is seeing the potential in things. So I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I love seeing and extracting full potential out of anything, whether it's starting a business, whether it's a new marketing campaign, whether it's seeing a property and seeing that just by making a few tweaks and a few upgrades that maybe we could increase its revenue by 20%. That's something that I love. What I love about what I do is helping homeowners achieve goals that they thought would be incredibly difficult or impossible. It seems like a daunting task to start this journey on your own, whether it's to purchase a property and then turn it into a professional short-term rental, or take a property that you already own. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and I love helping people through that process and having them understand that they can do it and that it is a worthwhile endeavor. My backstory is somewhat interesting. I had always been very entrepreneurial in my early years, through my teens and 20s. I'd always had a side gig. I'd always done something different. I was always looking for something else, some edge. And I was living in Lake Placid, it's a vacation town. And we had a camper, and I said, hey, it's 2014, Airbnb was relatively new, and I wanted to try it out. To our surprise, that camper was rented. It was probably 60 or 70% booked all the time. That was amazing. We ended up renting another apartment and another single-family home that my family had. Fast forward a couple of years, my girlfriend, now wife, had moved in, and one night I went to sleep and was not going to wake up. I had a heart failure, a type of heart failure. And luckily, she was there with me, or I wouldn't be here today. Both her and my stepfather performed CPR on me while EMS came. They ended up using defibrillator on me half a dozen times between there and the hospital. And I was life flighted to Albany. I ended up in a coma for a few days and woke up a few days later not knowing any of this had happened, which obviously makes one think about mortality and the time we have left. So I was already very entrepreneurial. I knew I wanted to kind of do my own thing and carve my own path. That was just a catalyst to push me even further. So from that, I started researching real estate. I was already interested in real estate. I'd already owned some multifamily property. I was going down that path, listening to Bigger Pockets, studying flipping and BRRRR investing and wholesaling, and then realized that people did short-term rental management for a living. And I was like, oh yeah, people have done that before. I can do that. Lo and behold, my in-laws bought a house near the beach in Tampa. I had some other friends that owned a camp up in Indian Lake. And then we had some other friends that were investors here in Saratoga. And so that was the beginning of our business. And that was 3 years ago. And as of June 1st, I left my W-2 and I do this full time. So that's the story of my starting this business. So the vacation rental business isn't terribly exciting, as fun as it may be, but something that I'm very proud of. I get to help people in a lot of ways. And maybe over a year ago, I had a lovely couple come to me and they were purchasing a property and they wanted me to help manage their short-term rental. So unfortunately, that deal fell through and they were very sad, but I am a realtor. I am an expert in short-term rentals. We decided to look for another property. We were able to find them a beautiful property that had some untapped potential. We got a good deal on it, and now they've purchased that property. We're in the process of helping them redesign and renovate the property, add some amenities, and we're going to position it as one of the top short-term rentals in that market. So, working with them has been very fulfilling. Building a relationship with them has been amazing, and we are just ecstatic about being able to help them through that entire process. So I am a father of a 6-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. All my jokes are very, very immature right now. I will share one that I heard recently. So there's no special meaning. I just thought it was very funny. Why does a seagull fly over the ocean? Because if it flew over a bay, it would be a bagel. A quote that's meaningful to me is, "Whatever a mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Napoleon Hill. People like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk have grand ideas, but they're just people like you and I. They just think way bigger. I think most of us end up thinking small from our own self-image, from our own paradigm, and that's something that I go back to over and over again and remind myself to think bigger. A phrase I go back to often is goals are greater than fear. If you can develop a goal and form a true definiteness of purpose around that goal and turn that into a burning desire to achieve that goal, when you start to think about your fears, fears are really just a form of indecision. Indecision is simply a form of anxiety, and that turns into the fear. So when you're making a decision, focus on the goal. Does that get you closer or further away from your goal? Goals are greater than fears.